Hello viewer, welcome to Samuel Academy. In this video, I want to explain how to find the number of moles in a given solution in dilution experiments. We have the following formula. The first molarity of a given solution times the first volume, okay, before dilution, is equal to the second molarity times the second volume, right? So molarity 1 times volume 1 is equal to molarity 2 times volume 2. Or rather, the concentration 1 times volume 1 is equal to the concentration 2 times volume 2. Let's look at an example. 10 cubic centimeters of concentrated sulfuric acid was diluted to 100 cubic centimeters, and then 10 cubic centimeters of the resulting solution was neutralized by 36 cubic centimeters of 0.1 m sodium hydroxide solution. Find the mass of sulfuric acid that was in the concentrated acid. Here you are given the atomic masses of those elements in those compounds, and the question is what? 3 marks, which is a KCSE examination question. Okay, so the first thing we can do is to find the number of moles in sodium hydroxide, because from this question we have been given the volume used, the volume of sodium hydroxide solution used. It was 36 cubic centimeters of this molarity of sodium hydroxide. So from here we can find the number of moles of sodium hydroxide used. Okay, so the number of moles in sodium hydroxide is equal to the volume of sodium hydroxide used in liters. So you divide by 1,000, multiply by the molarity of sodium hydroxide, you will get the number of moles. So that's 6 over 1,000 times 0.1. You get 0.0036 moles. Next, you write a balanced chemical equation between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. So you get sodium sulfate and water. Now from this equation, we can see that the mole ratio is 2 to 1. 2 moles of sodium hydroxide reacts with 1 mole of sulfuric acid. And because we have determined the number of moles in sodium hydroxide, this one here, it follows that half of these moles is used from sulfuric acid, because the mole ratio is 2 to 1. So the number of moles of sulfuric acid used is 0.0036 divided by 2, which is 0.0018. Next, we find the molarity of the dilute acid. Because we have the number of moles of the dilute acid, we have the volume used. So these moles in the dilute acid is equal to its molarity times volume per liter. Alright, so if we make M the subject of this equation, we find that M is equal to 0.0018 divided by what we get here, which will be 0.01. In other words, it is times 100. So we get the molarity of the dilute acid is 0.18. Now, we need to find the molarity of the concentrated acid. We saw that molarity 1 times volume 1 is equal to molarity 2 times volume 2. So what we need here, molarity 1 is equal to molarity 2 times volume 2 divided by volume 1. Molarity 1 is what we need, that of the concentrated acid. Molarity 2 after dilution is 0.18, this one here. Volume 2 is 100 cubic centimeters, and the first volume is 10 cubic centimeters. So from this equation or this formula, you find that molarity 1 of concentrated sulfuric acid is equal to molarity 2 times volume 2 over volume 1, which is equal to 0.18 times 100 over 10. So you get 1.8 as the molarity of the conc acid. That's how we go about it. Now, the number of moles in the concentrated acid is equal to its molarity times the volume in liters, V1. So the molarity, we found it to be 1.8 times the volume in liters, that is 10 out of 1000. So we get 0.018. This is the molarity. This is the number of moles in the concentrated acid. Now, since we have got the moles in that concentrated acid, we can get the mass of the concentrated acid, because we know that the mass of a solute divided by the molar mass, you get the number of moles. So we can get the mass, the molar mass of the acid. Since you have been given these details, we have been given sulfur 32, hydrogen is 1, and oxygen 16. From this a compound, this formula for sulfuric acid, we can get the molar mass. Hydrogen is 2 times 1, because hydrogen is 1, plus sulfur is 32, plus oxygen, which is 16 times 4. So we'll get 98. So in this case, the molar mass is 98, and the required mass is M. So mass over the molar mass is equal to the number of moles, this one here. So if we make M the subject of the equation, we find that M is equal to 98 times 0.018. You get 1.764 grams of concentrated sulfuric acid. That's how we can find, we can calculate or solve problems involving dilution of solutions. So I'm sure this video has been useful to you. So I request you to subscribe to this channel to be able to see more videos in physics, in chemistry, in geography, and even in weather and surveying. Thank you so much.